what I saw, and I haven't seen the full context, but what I saw is a mob of lawless thugs beating up on an innocent person, and it's disgusting. And I hope every single one of those people who engage in violence is prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And they will be. They will be so long as law enforcement in the state of Ohio takes their job seriously. I know Dave Yost cares a lot about these things. But yeah, I actually, you're right. Bernie did send me a clip of this, and we talked a little bit about it. I don't know the full context. I don't know how the fight started. But the one part that I saw that was really gruesome is you had a grown man who sucker punched a middle-aged woman. And where I come from, at least, when you have a grown man who sucker punches a middle-aged woman, that person ought to go to jail for a very long time. And frankly, he's lucky there weren't some better people around, because they would have handled it themselves. But if they're not going to handle it, the cops in Cincinnati, the law enforcement, you've got to prosecute people. We've had way too much lawlessness on the streets of great American cities. How many of you all have wanted to go to downtown Akron or downtown Canton or downtown Columbus for a meal, but you're worried because the local authorities in these big cities have allowed lawlessness to run wild? We have got to make great American cities safe again for families and children. If you want to take your wife or your children out for a meal, you shouldn't be worried about street violence. And the only way to destroy that street violence is to take the thugs who engage in that violence and throw their ass in prison.
So when it comes to the Cincinnati Brawl, we know that the racism is at an all-time high. We done seen it all. We done seen, as you see, J.D. Vance come out and speak on it, your vice president, before all the facts come out. We seen Senator Marino, he's going crazy speaking on it. The police department is speaking on it. And these black people, their civil rights are constantly being violated. They should have equal protection under the law, but they don't, right? But equal protection isn't just protecting their physical body, it's also protecting their image, right? And the way that it's portrayed in media, so other people won't have preconceived notions about them. And they're not being protected, right? The way that they're being judged in the media as if they're already guilty, right? So now, how can they have a fair trial? How can there be a fair trial in the state of Ohio for these people, these black people, 6 black people that was locked up in the Cincinnati Brawl, when the media has already demonized them? In the court of public opinion through the media, they are already guilty. That's a direct violation of the civil rights of the African-American people, because under the Civil Rights Act of 57, you should have equal protection of all the damn near all the Civil Rights Act. But again, when people are ignorant and you don't understand how to make the federal government enforce laws, they just do anything. And we know that when Senator Marino says that he's not going to allocate money, you have the senator, the governor, these black people that's employed by the state, the city and stuff, it's only but so far they're going to go, because they're going to cut their money off. So they're not really going to defend black people in a manner in which they should. So they got the whole game already checkmated. And we got to peep the way this thing goes. So when you look at a lot of these black leaders, right, and they say that they're for you, they're not for you. They're only going to go but so far to help and defend you. We see how this thing go, right? Because this is a direct violation. And the feds should already came in on this and took over the case. But they're not, because of black leadership. And now I'm not saying that to denigrate some of the black leadership there in Cincinnati, because I know that a lot of them are on the ground working diligently, right, to get things done. But on a national level, yeah, right. But there was an eyewitness that came forward that got video evidence. Because remember, I showed y'all the one eyewitness, but there's another one now that's come forward to really break this down, and really, because he's seen everything from start to finish. Check this out.
So, Marvin, it was almost 3 weeks ago now. What happened? Where were you? Why were you down there?
I was at work. Actually, we got to make sure the lot is cleared out and keep the traffic kind of down. So it was kind of slow. So I was just really just creating content and just showing the scenery. I believe it was Jazz Fest weekend was going on. So I was just recording, doing content, because I'm a content creator. So I was showing the scene, the good vibes. People was driving their cars. Different people from out of town was in Cincinnati. People had food going on. So I was just recording that first, initially, like, you know what I'm saying? And then seconds after that, the fight broke out.
So you were just taking video down there to create content for your website and social media and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then what caught your eye?
It was like, I believe it was I don't know if I got this right. It was either 4 or 6 white people. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Okay, it was 4 or 6 like white people that was down there, but I seen one of them out of all of them. Like all his friends was kind of like trying to calm him down, but the one tall one, he was like kind of like trying to push up on everybody, like he wanted to fight, like he was pushing down on people. I watched him like push down on Goonie 2 times, push down on him trying to fight him. They squared up, and then that's when the other dude broke in like, nah, you ain't about to fight Goonie. And then they squared up. They kind of threw a punch, kick, ain't none of them connect. So then the white dude went over to where we was talking to the black dude that had he had the electric cars he was selling. He was renting them out, and my my coworker that I was working with, he was telling him like, yeah, man, my birthday in a couple of days, I want to rent one of these cars out. Like, so he's like, yeah, I got this, that, and the third, and I got the Tesla too. It's electric too. So he went over to his cars and kicked one of his cars that he was renting. So that's when the dude we was talking to went over there like, damn, man, what's up? Kicking my cars. I ain't got nothing to do with what's going on with y'all over there. That's when he slapped him. When he slapped him, all hell broke loose.
So you started seeing the tall white guy, and what was he doing? What was he saying?
He was saying, like, basically, he was saying, I don't know if I can say that. He was saying the N.
We'll definitely beat that.
He was saying the N word. He kept saying the N word, and he was saying, like, come on, I'll take all y'all. He was telling them, calling them out, like, come on, I'll take all y'all, squaring up, like he wanted to fight, like, you know what I'm saying? And they kept saying, like, man, we ain't gonna hit you, man. You old. This was prior to the slap, though. That's what they were saying. They were sparing him, like, we ain't gonna touch you, man. We hit you, you about 60, you would die. Like, this is what I'm hearing them telling him. Like, the everything didn't transpire until he slapped dude. Once he slapped him, that's when it just was pandemonium. Then after that, yeah, it was on the floor.
So you're there taking video, and what do you think you're gonna see?
Basically, like I was saying, there was a nice scenery going on. People was driving their cars. They had their motorcycles out. It was different people from different cities that was in the city. They was cooking food. It was a good scene. It was a good vibe. Like, I just was saying it in my video, like, man, it's a good vibe. People out here, like, and then seconds later, then the fight, that's when the fight happened.
So when you started taking video of the fight,
Right.
what did you think you were gonna see? Because it was before the real brawl started.
Right. I thought I was just basically gonna see just, like, cause I watched them argue before I actually pulled the phone out to record again. Like, I was watching them just argue, so I'm like, I'm gonna get this. Like, this might be a little funny little content. So I just recorded, you know what I'm saying, a little arguing or whatever. Like, I didn't think it was gonna go to that. Like, so in seconds, it just erupted, and then the fight broke out.
Now, there's been a lot said by the mayor, by the police chief. They said, I can't believe that people were just standing around taking video of this instead of trying to stop the fight or dialing 911.
See, my thing with that is this. I feel like this. I done seen people get killed trying to break up fights. You get what I'm saying? So I wasn't about to put myself in danger to break up no fight. As far as calling the police, like, it was just a lot going on. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot going on, and that really didn't register in my head just to stop and call the police. Like, I just don't think like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just really just appalled at what's going on. Like, damn, I can't believe this really happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it definitely wasn't nothing like how they try to make it seem like a person was just sitting there watching somebody get their head beat in, like, cause that wasn't the case. Like, I was creating content, and then, like, I'm not about to break up no fight because I don't know what people got on them. People might have a gun on them, like, you know what I'm saying? Anything. I could have got stabbed trying to break up a fight.
And really not your job to break up
It's
fights.
it's not my job. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not my job to break up no fight. Like,
On all federal agencies to review the funding that we provide Cincinnati. And I'm giving the leaders of Cincinnati 1 month to come up with a plan for them to protect civil rights for their citizens. And if they don't do it, Lawrence, I'm going to ask these agencies to suspend all federal funding because we're not going to put up with this. They're down 200 police officers. The police chief blames social media. The city council person blamed the victim. The mayor went to a misfit mayor's conference and then took a vacation to Canada. Hasn't been back in town since then. This is a total travesty. I'm not going to put up with it. Ohio deserves better, and Cincinnati certainly does too.
Now, I want you guys to understand something, right? When I say that their civil rights was violated, right? Check this out. African Americans' pursuance of civil rights and equal protection under the law has been a central theme in American history, primarily addressed by the 14th Amendment to the Constitution, which grants citizenship and promises equal protection of the laws to all citizens, including formerly enslaved people. While the 14th Amendment provided a legal basis for equality, discriminatory practices and flawed justice system historically prevented its full realization. Landmark cases like Brown versus Board of Education in 1954 and the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 marked significant steps in challenging segregation and discrimination through ongoing challenges such as racial profiling and systematic inequalities persist. So again, when I tell you guys that they civil rights are being violated, I mean what I say. And I'm asking, where is the national black leadership at on this, right? Because if they're using their media and you have the vice president coming out, right, and you have the senator, the governor, all these people piling in on these black people, right, where they haven't had any due process. They haven't had their full day in court, the proper investigations, but they're being called thugs, criminals, everything, and everybody's silent on it. They're silent on it. Why is this playing on all the national black publications everywhere where we run an interference based off of what they're trying to do? Huh? I'm asking this because our civil rights are violated all the time through the media, right? Our image has always been tarnished. We've never had equal protection under the law based off of the way that we're perceived by the media. Never, right? So this man was saying that they was kicking tires. They came out drunk. They were starting stuff. The man that slapped, he was out there trying to sell cars. He had nothing to do with the argument that was ensuing steps away from him. These people was walking around bothering everybody. This is what this man is alluding to, and he has video footage of it. But he wasn't finished. He doubled down by saying this.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't the police.
So you've seen a lot of news coverage. You've seen a lot of social media. Internet content on this.
Yeah.
What do you see said out there versus what you believe happened?
Or what I seen with my own eyes? Yeah, because that's what I seen. So the narrative that I'm hearing and I'm seeing on the news feeds and through the comments and then watching the prosecutor yesterday, how he was reading off what he was reading off, talking about he seen the videos and this happened this way, that's all erroneous, man. Like, I was there. I witnessed it with my own two eyes. The black guys wasn't on nothing. They didn't really just beat up these white people because they white or jumped on them and all that. That ain't what happened. It was the white guy was on it. He was on something else. I don't know what he was on, but he wanted all the smoke. He wanted to fight. And I'm pretty sure if he was in love, that club, he probably got into it with somebody out there because I think that's where he came from. And then it escalated outside. Like, so the way they got the narrative out, it didn't happen like that. It didn't happen like that at all. And I just wish that people just tell the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though they got the video showing dude slapping the black guy first, I just feel like he should be charged like the rest of them. If that's the case, you feel what I'm saying?
Seems like any one of these people, black, white, whatever, could have stopped and walked the other way at any point.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. I agree. Well, before or after the slap?
Either. You know what? You slap me, I'm going to walk away. Turn the other cheek, right? Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, I don't know, but like where I'm from, ain't nobody doing that, man. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like ain't nobody doing that, man. Like I done seen people get shot for less. So really, like he kind of got out easy for real. Like not saying that I agree 100%, like the degree they took it to, but I done seen people get done bad way worse than that, you know what I'm saying? And they was really sparing him for real. Like he was antagonizing them the whole time. Like, so for a person to like, then you gotta think, like a black person, white person slapping you, that's like all the stuff that's going on. Like if we be honest and we be transparent, all the stuff that's going on in the world, that's really gonna be hard for him to just sit. Yeah, that's triggering. Like, so like what? Like I believe they just lost it. Like, even the people that ain't had nothing to do with it, I believe they just lost it. Like, man, well, he just slapped him.
So you said you don't necessarily agree with the degree they took it.
Yeah, as far as like
the stomping on the head and a bunch of other people coming in, is that it?
I feel like some of that, like once they got theirs off, I feel like it could have just been cool with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree with the woman getting knocked out or none of that. I don't agree with that. I don't condone none of that. Like, that was just crazy. Like, but yeah, that's what I mean when I say that as far as like the level of how far it went. Like, I don't agree with all that. I felt like they got theirs off. They could have just let it go and just went about their business. Like,
punches,
just go on, get up, get out of here. Like, it ain't really, nothing else is really like, you don't want to kill him. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to kill nobody. So, but like I say, like, I feel like it was just probably triggering though, like, due to all the other stuff that transpired before that, the antagonizing and stuff.
I think a lot of people, I don't think this would have gotten the attention it did if we didn't see Holly, the white woman, getting knocked out.
I agree with you on that.
Now we see her right before she gets hit. Yeah. She comes in and she pushes a guy.
Yeah, she was doing that the whole night. If you pay attention to the video, it's a guy that was with the other tall Russian dude. He had on black and white. He was trying to diffuse it the whole time. He was trying to de-escalate it the whole time. His clairvoyance, he knew what was about to happen because he like, we outnumbered. It ain't nothing but black people out here. Why are you trying to start fights with them? He kept trying to break it up. But dude just kept pushing. And I felt like Holly felt the same way too. That's why she kept trying to push him and get him out of there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So what we gathering from this is the one guy that should be charged that created the whole environment that started everything. He's still not being charged. But he started everything. He even had a W man with him that was trying to break it up, right? Holly was pushing people at times and then trying to break it up until she got just totally just dismantled, right? Unfortunately. But then you had, he's saying that this guy came and was trying to start the fight. So they was trying to tell him, go ahead, man, about your business, man. Listen, go ahead, man, you too old. Like, we ain't on that. We doing something else. They was trying to get the guy up out of there, telling him to roll. Go ahead and roll, man. We ain't on that. And he kept on being persistent, kept on pushing, right? So the question that was asked is, why didn't he just walk away? Why didn't he just walk away, right? So now it's 2025, and we're handling this stuff in the media as if it's 1955. The same way, man. The same way. And people mad because they saw to the level that the black people took it to. But a W man came and hit a black man in the face, knowing the history of this country. Now, let me ask you a question. If that was a small head guy and somebody did that, America would be outraged because you've been conditioned to protect them at all costs. They would be outraged. But what happened to us here on this soil, in this country, when the W man just comes bothering you, calling you the N-word, just messing with you, period, when you didn't bother him? How is that not a hate crime? Because we have no way of knowing if he's operating in hate based off of what happened to us as the black people in this country from W folk. There's laws on the books that's supposed to protect us from them and from their behavior and their past behaviors. That's why we have some bills on the books, right? So they can just come through this and it's not enforced. It's not enforced. So we over there minding our business and he come kicking cars and talking trash and pushing people. How, from the W folks, knowing the history in this country, how is that not a hate crime? How do we know what his intentions are, knowing the history of this country? But yet and still, you lock up the black people and use your media to destroy them, huh? Right? And you have an eyewitness that has a phone that was, because he's a content creator, that was videoing everything before it even happened. So he got everything on video. But again, he wasn't finished. He said more.
So when you see her getting decked,
yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I ain't agree with that at all. Like, that was, I feel like she ain't had nothing to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying? She just was around a guy that was on what he was on. You know what I'm saying? So she kind of was casualty of war, if you would say, in a sense, like, because she was just with the guy that was really initiated the fight. So, but I don't feel like she should have got nothing done to her, like, you know what I'm saying? Because she wasn't on nothing. She was trying to stop the fight for real. I didn't see her do nothing. So, yeah.
a lot of people have turned this into a racial thing. You agree with the fact that this is about race?
Yeah, I believe it's racially motivated for sure. Yeah, for sure, because you have a clear video showing that one guy slapped another guy, but out of this same video, you charging everybody else with crimes and saying that the guy that initiated the slap is a victim. That's racially motivated. That ain't fair. How is that fair? When he started the fight, regardless of how far a degree they took it, he initiated that. You get what I'm saying? He did that first.
Police are giving the impression that there was stuff that went down prior to that that would have been the people's fault that were, I guess you'd say the African American people?
I was there. I ain't see none of that. How the story was told, how I just told it to you, that's how it happened. That's what I see with my eyes. I didn't see them doing nothing extra. I didn't see no extra punches getting thrown besides when the guy that had on the black and the tall white dude squared up and kicked at each other a little bit. They didn't hit, they didn't connect though. But the initial brawl that happened is when the white guy slapped the black guy. After that, everything broke loose. Nothing else happened after that. And I was right there. I seen it with my own two eyes. Like, so I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know even what the prosecutor was talking about yesterday in the courtroom, saying that he seen the same thing you just said. Like, I don't know where they get that from. Can't nobody show me that video.
Even if, let's just say, I know that you don't believe this is true, but let's just say that one of the black guys took a swing at one of the white guys before the white guy slapped the other black guy. Let's say that did happen. Does it matter? Or should the white people that were throwing punches after things get started also be charged with assault or riot?
Yeah, I feel like it did, because it don't matter, because the white guy, he initiated it from start to finish. You see what I'm saying? So if somebody did throw a punch at him, it's because he started it. He came around starting it. Like, nobody just seen him was, oh, I'm about to get him and punch on him. That ain't happened. He came on that aggressive and antagonizing and wanting to square up and, come on, I'll take on all y'all, saying the N-word and everything. So if a punch was thrown prior to the slap, it was because the white guy initiated it first. That's what I'm saying. So that's what happened. Like, that's the truth. Like, if anything happened before the slap, it was because he initiated. So he brought that on himself for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't taking nobody just calling them an N-word and then coming up to them talking about they want to fight. Okay, you intoxicated and drunk. That person might be intoxicated and drunk too. So he might match your energy. Like, oh, you on that? I'm on that too. What's up? You get what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna just turn the other cheek on you. Like, oh, I'm gonna let him go. Like, they ain't doing that. Like, that's why I says it's two different. You know what I mean? It's two different. But I just, man.
How does this all end? In other words, a lot of people are saying the racial tension in this town is off the charts. Yeah, do you agree with that?
Yeah, like, if you look in the comments, man, you really see like how people feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of hatred towards black people, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this ain't nothing new though. This is not nothing new, man. It's been going on. Like, it's just on social media and it's exposed more now. You get what I'm saying? See, what's going on now is, see, back in the day, they didn't hide it. They told you in your face, they called you all that, and you knew what was going on. See, now they try to act like it ain't going on. And they say, nah, we ain't doing it like this. You see all this we got going on. But they really feel like that on the inside. And it only take a situation like right now, and you see in the comments how they acting and what they saying, that make them come on out their shell and say how they really feel. So I do feel like it's racial tension between two races. And I also feel like somewhere they might want like a racial war or something, man. I don't know. That's just how I feel. Like, because I feel like the Russian dude, I don't know where he came from. He came out of nowhere. He just came out of nowhere, starting it. I feel like somebody put him right there. That's just my opinion.
How do we make all this better?
Do what we doing now. Get the truth out. Let everybody get their day in court. You know, no matter what color they is. You know what I'm saying? You did something wrong. You need to be charged. You need to be held accountable, just like everybody else, and just go from there. Like, try to just do better as a people, man.
So this eyewitness gave a detailed breakdown on what he saw transpire that night. A detail. And he was there. He's an eyewitness. How come the governor and the senator don't want to talk to this man? Why not? How come the police chief and them don't want to talk to this man? The news reporters is there. And I'm going to tell you something. I guarantee you, he showed the news reporters that video that he got, because they wouldn't even want to talk to him like that. It was the same thing as the other black guy that was in the barbershop that was the barbershop that's out there. He was out there talking to him as well, right? So they have the footage, but they're being racist. Your civil rights is being violated. Where's Roland Martin at? Why is he rolling this out on his show constantly, right? Where is all the black news medias at? How come they're not covering this and rolling this out? How come we're not pointing out that their civil rights are being violated? Why not? And this is why I left a lot of that. I'm pro-black. I'm B1 hardcore all the way. I live a pro-black B1 life. But this internet and this B1 Pan-Africanism, black, and support black. I left all that crap alone because when it comes down to it, a lot of y'all ain't really down, man. It sound good. It sound like it's good to be a part of something, but y'all not really with the smoke. When it's time to really implement and make them enforce laws, y'all not going to do it. And we see it play out so many times, man. So many times. And this is a direct violation. And they're doing it because they know that they can get away with it because they know you only going to go but so far because you don't want to lose your job. You don't want to lose that federal funding. You don't want to lose all the things that they know that you're directly tied to the system. So we use the system to destroy your people, and we use the system to make you not come out and even help your people. They know that they got the game checkmated. Checkmated. And I've been talking about this forever. That's why I'm not fooled by the foolishness, man. I'm not fooled. A lot of these people got they nonprofits, they 501c3s. I got one. I got a nonprofit 501c3. And this is why I always try to tell my people, hey, listen, when I'm doing things with urban nerds, we need the funding from the people. Because if I got to go to them, they got they have certain stipulations based off of it, right? So what I'm telling you, I understand how the thing works. I understand how this works. So when you have people that's going to go against the system, and then you asking them for something, they're not going to help you like that. They're only going to go but so far in their quest to help you, man. And you see this stuff play out. So now these black people lives are at stake, and they're not going to get the proper help that they should get, man. And it's a sad thing, man. It's a sad thing because I understand how this thing works behind closed doors and out in the front. Because, like I said, I got a program. I go into the youth prisons. We work with the DA's office. We do all kinds of different things. I see how fake and phony this thing is, man. And I use it for what it is. I use the system to bring resources back to my people. But I've never lost sight of what's really going on and who the sellouts are. I see it. And I come back and I report it to you guys, man. We got to financially support our own stuff because we ain't got no friends, bro. None. And if you got people that's directly connected to the system that you think that's going to fight for you tooth and nail, man, you got another thing coming, man. But this was an eyewitness out there, man. He was reporting the news. He was reporting what he saw. He was reporting what he recorded, right? So as more of this come out, I'll report more of this. And as I told y'all guys, I was going to stay on this case. So as more of this come out, I'll report more of it. And I know that it's starting to go away from the media, and the W man is telling y'all not to pay attention to it no more, so it might not get as many views, but I don't care. I love my people. I'm going to stay on this case, man. I'm going to stay on it, right? So if you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, and leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Remember, I love y'all. Till next time. Peace.